Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
And Davis throws it down.
Oh, size and strength, and then the length of AD getting up to jam it.
Pass to Kuzma. And so just over a minute and a half played. Dallas has come out of the gates quickly. It's a three-point game. Left side, Davis. Up and in on the layup. Davis has got 7 points.
And you can forget the jumpers right now, AD. Keep going inside, big fella.
Here's Rollins to the inside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's the floater. And Thompson sends it back.
Clay showing some signs that time of that prime-time defense he can bring.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Inside. Here's Gafford. Good D by Lopez.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped. Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Prince misses. Dallas leading by 5. And here's Washington outside. Goes back up. Davis has the open look. A three-pointer, no good. And Milwaukee has possession. Kuzma. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
Kuz loves those inside shots, and he's working hard to find them.
And when you look at the career of Kyle Kuzma, he has played, Brent, various roles.
Yeah, Kevin, different spots and different things that have been asked of him by different coaches in different systems. So 6-man, spot-up shooter, go-to scorer. It speaks a lot to his adaptability. Hopefully he'll settle in and become the player that he knows confidently he is.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. P.J. can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
Hey, but there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. And Prince with the jam.
What an amazing finish there by Taurean Prince.
On the wing, Thompson. Back to Williams. Over Porter. Fires the 3. Shot's good by Williams.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Porter with it. Williams picks him up. And that one's good by Porter.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Back to Williams. To the middle. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. Mavericks ahead. They're up by 7. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Mavericks.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
Lively's shot is off. Bucks trail by 7. Brent, for about a decade, the Bucks have virtually been a lock for the playoffs.
Yeah, you think about Giannis being drafted in 2013, and absolutely nobody saw what was coming with him. They missed the playoffs in his first and his third year, and then all of a sudden, Giannis fully arrived. He's developed into a star, not just a star, but a superstar, and these guys have been contenders ever since.
And the Bucks making a change here. Mavericks leading by 7. Outside Williams. Pass to Thompson. From past the arc. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Thompson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Porter. Good, nice job down low.
Defenses try to test Porter's physicality, but he's adjusted well to it.
On the wing, Thompson. Another 3 for Dallas.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Trent outside. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. There's a screen by Washington. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Washington's got the lead up to 13 now for Dallas. Trent outside. Back to Prince. Pass to Trent. Ripped away. To the paint. Here's Washington. And then Washington with the dunk.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Both teams will make substitutions. You know, it used to be teams hoarded their cap space to make a big splash in free agency. But, Brent, why is that less common now?
Well, really, the mechanisms for you to retain and maintain your star power has gotten easier for teams as they have gone out for big extensions to make sure that their star is shining brightest.
And here is Lopez following the three-pointer by Anthony Davis. Inside, Antetokounmpo, automatic.
Giannis has great confidence, and he's playing with it here.
Here's Hardy. Another 3 for Dallas.
Just playing with poise and confidence, man. They continue to put points on the board.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
Now here's Green. Still yet to score. Outside Porter. Shot clock at 5. And the dunk by Lopez.
Lopez at that size has no trouble throwing it down.
Pass to Porter. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Back to Trent. From the arc. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Trent's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hey, Brett, where would you rank the Lopez brothers as the best NBA siblings?
Well, they've had storied careers, both of them. Certainly in terms of the argument about the best twins to ever play the game, you could make an argument for them. You had, of course, Tom and Dick Van Arsdale in the 60s, Horace and Harvey Grant in the 90s. But what the Lopez brothers have been able to do, not in terms of their longevity, but in terms of their contribution to their teams, both very different. These guys have to be up there.
Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 8. Down low. Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
And look at the ups on Kyle Kuzma.
It's Davis on the wing. 10 points for him. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. The lead now cut to single digits. Antetokounmpo's got 10 points. .35 seconds left here in the second. Here's Hardy. The rebound by the Bucks.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
The shot's good from Kuzma.
And Kuzma spacing the floor nicely, patiently waiting and knocking down the 3.
To the inside. Here's Lively. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Back to Lively. And we've reached halftime in this one. Mavericks lead by 6. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Mavericks leading by 6. Here's to Dinwiddie. And it's blocked, and he keeps control of the ball. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thank you very much. Anthony Davis broke his defense down for me. He said, I can block shots, switch on to anybody, guard the pick and roll, I can guard the post, I can guard the pin down. So that's my ability. My ability defensively is to do everything. Kevin?
And he does everything. David, thank you so much. That one goes. Count it. Kuzma's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Bucks. And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked first in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively, but how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo?
And Jason Kidd has called timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Dallas making a switch here. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. On the wing, Thompson. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Thompson's got 9.
Anywhere on the arc, Thompson is a threat. You have to do all you can to run him off that line. Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
A shot by Thompson. No one's around. Another 3 for Dallas.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
and getting it done at both ends. In style, Dinwiddie making his presence felt.
Giannis right side. His three-pointers off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
On the wing, Thompson. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Bucks. From deep, Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. Thompson left side. Inside. Lopez with the steal. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. He scores his sixth bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
I don't know, 2 strides, 3 strides. What was that? Giannis covering some ground.
Pass to Thompson from outside the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dinwiddie.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Now here's Prince. To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Antetokounmpo hammers it in.
And we see this often now from Giannis. His offensive repertoire has become so versatile.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Here's Williams. Thompson outside. In the corner, Lively with it. Lets a floater go. Here's Davis. Davis owning the inside.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores. That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Outside Williams. Williams throws it down.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
Now here's Lopez. Trent outside. Kicks it out to Prince. And another three for Milwaukee.
Well, a good shooter and has some range. Taurean Prince welcoming all catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Williams looking around. Thompson for the triple. Outside Williams. Lively with the screen. The three from Davis. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Klay Thompson has been leading the charge for Dallas. And with his work in that quarter, he has 5 three-pointers in the game now. Quite a showing from long range. We come back right after this. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Bucks trail by 6. To the middle. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And this is the time when you want to lock it down defensively. Thus far, not happening.
I'm looking out there trying to find one guy at least interested in playing defense, not that last possession.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. So both teams changing it up here. Here is Porter. To the paint. And then slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Over in the corner, Marshall. The shot's good from Christie.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. Going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Here's Porter. Mavericks with the rebound. 17 points was their biggest margin. Pass to Williams. Edwards with the screen. And again, Dallas turns it over. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. There's Giannis with the slam.
And way to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Pass to Gafford. And that one drops.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Giannis with it. Guarded now by Marshall. Here's Giannis. Giannis dunks it down.
He just powered that one.
One of the game's top dunkers. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. Now, he reminded his team, keep looking for the deep ball. If the three is there, take it. You've done a good job getting those looks, so keep taking them. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, David. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Mavericks?
And guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot?
Bucks trailed by 5. Giannis high post. Down low. Kuzma, that's good.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now, here's Washington. Thompson outside. Screen by Gafford. Shoots from the line. Dallas, no good that time either.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Back to Antetokounmpo. .151 left in the fourth. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Great to see Antetokounmpo going strong inside. At times, the D has no choice but to foul him.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he does get the second one. And that brings them within 2 here.
Yeah, being down 2 points instead of 1 thanks to the free throw miss makes getting a stop here absolutely critical.
Dallas moving it around. Out to Thompson. Davis sets a screen. Shoots the 3. And Gafford throws it down.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Lopez, no luck.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. You've got to have better shot selection.
Right side, Davis. Ignoring the contact, Anthony Davis.
Well, with the game's outcome hanging in the balance, Davis does exactly what he needs to do. A gigantic shot from their big man. Wow, Lopez stepping up. What confidence from the big fella.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Pass to Gafford. And so they foul intentionally.
First personal foul. First team foul.
.41 seconds left to play here in the fourth. 5 on the clock. Outside, Davis. Misses the three. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Trailing by 4. Kuzma with it. Guarded now by Marshall. Here's Giannis. And Davis sends it back.
What an impactful defensive presence. AD is outstanding at coming up with blocks.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
At the line for 2.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Mavericks foul. Dinwiddie. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
He drops the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Shooting for Dallas, Daniel Gafford. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Here's Prince. Got it.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trail by 5. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming, and not enough time for them to get back in it.
And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Thompson. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really...